Hey guys, it's me, Cameron here again, and hopefully I sound better. If not, then, I spent all that money for nothing. But hey, I think it's working so far. I like the voice that I sound, it sounds pretty good, maybe. But anyway, so we're doing something totally different today. We are going to, do some simple rockets. Now, I know this is not KSP, but, I don't have a lot of experience with this game. I maybe have a couple of hours, mostly just doing the tutorials and whatnot. But I do think this is a game worth mentioning because it does have a lot of cool things that Kerbal Space Program doesn't. Now, I am biased to Kerbal Space Program, and I will always hold Kerbal Space Program near and dear to my heart. But this game has some cool features, like I said. For starters, is it goes off the principle of using little parts as possible, and then having a lot of things you can do to modify it. It's a very heavily customizable game. You just basically have one fuel tank, and then you can adjust the size of it or whatnot. But you can also adjust the fuels, so like you can use hydrolox or kerosene or solid fuel, like your typical rockets use. But you have that choice, and you can switch between different types of fuels and different types of engines, and you can do a lot of cool things with the engines too. Like for example, right now I'm building the lander part. So I totally didn't talk about what I'm doing. I'm landing on the moon. This is the first time I've ever landed on the moon in this game. Like I said, I'm very new to it. I'm going with direct descent just because I don't know how to dock in this game. I've never docked in this game before. Maybe that's something I do in the future. We'll see how you guys respond to this. But if you like it and you think this is cool and there's some more things you want to see with this game, you should definitely let me know. There is a lot you can do with this game. If you're the type that likes to build Falcon 9 replicas and you actually want to program the first stage booster to land on a drone ship, you can do that in this game without any mods. It's fully stock. I don't know. I can't do it. I'm not good at the game. I probably could. Maybe if that's something you guys wanted to see, maybe I could definitely learn how to do that for you guys. But for now, I'm just gonna try to land on the moon. So I've never done it before. This will be interesting to see because it's completely new to me. But I think that my knowledge and experience with Kerbal Space Program will definitely help me along the way. Plus, I do know a little bit about rocket science. Like for example, here these are all vacuum engines, so I'm making the bell really big to increase the vacuum efficiency, as vacuum engines do. They have that large bell on them because you want a big expansion ratio, because that's how engines work. But you can't use them on sea level, because if you do use them on sea level, unfortunately you'll have like flow separation happening inside of the bell, and it can do a lot of problems. It can break your rocket engine, break the nozzle, just all sorts of bad things. So you usually got to use a smaller nozzle with a lower expansion ratio for sea level, because you of course have a pressure at sea level. You have 1 bar or 1 atmosphere of pressure. So you need to keep that into consideration. So now I'm kind of going finishing up the rocket here, just kind of doing my staging and whatnot, and making sure everything's good, making sure I have enough Delta V. But for the most part, it looks like I do. I'm kind of going with the SpaceX style rocket engine cluster here on the bottom, but it doesn't have 9 engines. It's got 8, I think. No, 7 engines. But yeah, okay. So that was the first attempt. I didn't have a big enough thrust to weight ratio in the beginning, so I used up a lot of fuel just sitting there on the launch pad, burning up the fuel. So I had to tweak those engines a little bit, but here we go, second attempt. That's always the one that works, right? Maybe. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm ascending through the atmosphere. We took off. It was a beautiful takeoff. Nice sunny day. And this is also what I love about the game, is look at those graphics. Those graphics are gorgeous. And although there's no clouds, unfortunately, there's no clouds. And look at the gas expanding out of the back of as you reach, the higher altitudes and lower pressures, the actual exhaust actually expands out like a real rocket. That's one thing I love about this game. This game is more realistic. It actually it has delays after engine burnout, like a real engine would in a real rocket engine would. I don't know what that's called. It's blanking on me right now, but it does happen when you stop a rocket engine. There's always some residual pressure in the combustion chamber, and it doesn't burn out instantly. So look at this view. This view is beautiful. This is just one of the things I love about the game, is the views, and that's why I kind of wanted to play it and show you guys today, so that you guys can experience it too. Maybe you guys will want to download this game when you after seeing this video. Who knows? This game is cheaper than Kerbal Space Program, and it doesn't have little green men. So if that sounds interesting to you, then go ahead and purchase the game. But if you're really trying to get that Kerbal experience, there is no game other than Kerbal Space Program. It truly is a wonderful game. And I don't know, I like the nav ball in Kerbal Space Program too. I don't like this weird grid thing around the rocket, but it works. But yeah, okay, so now we're about to do my translunar injection here. It's funny too, because this is not called the moon. It's called Muna. So, a derivative of the moon, I guess. The mun in Kerbal Space Program is actually pronounced moon, but everyone calls it the mun. I call it the mun too, but I always trip myself up when I'm talking about it, because when I'm playing Kerbal Space Program, I like to pretend sometimes that it's the real solar system. So I say moon, and I say Kerbin is Earth too, because whatever. But anyway, here we are, guys, coming in for that nice intercept or encounter with the moon, and then we're gonna do our braking maneuver, and then get into an orbit, and then hopefully try to stick off the landing. I want the landing on the bright side, because you guys don't want to see blackness when I'm landing. But whatever. And then anyway, so here we are coming in for that landing, and I should have enough fuel. I think everything looks good. Engine looks good. Landing legs are out, which is good. We don't want to land on the rocket engines, because that would damage them, of course. But here we are, coming in for that approach. And the thing that's kind of cool about this game, too, is you can actually pause the game, and then you can also go a quarter speed. So that means that instead of time warp, you can actually time slow, too, which can come in useful if you're, trying to land things or whatnot. But anyway, there we go. It's a touchdown. And now, unfortunately, there's no science or anything in this game. Wow. You don't need ladders, because apparently if you just stand close to the rocket, you can enter back in the rocket no matter what. But there's no science in this game, but I am doing a science of my own. I've never landed on the moon before. Surprisingly, I was able to pull it off pretty quickly. And look, first person view with the guy here. So this is the science. This is the science I'm doing. I'm basically my first time EVAing, and I'm just kind of learning the mechanics of this. Yeah, let's run around and kind of look at things. But anyway, yeah, that'll be it. But look at the moon. Look at the terrain. It looks beautiful. It looks so crisp and so clean. That's the one thing about this game that I really, really love is the textures and the graphics in this game. And it actually loads and runs a little bit better than Kerbal Space Program, but I just don't think there's as much stuff in this game as Kerbal Space Program. Now, granted, I don't know a lot about this game, so I could totally be talking out of my ass right now, but, I am kind of partial to Kerbal Space Program. That's because that's where I learned how to play these rocket sim games, and as you can see, the knowledge does transfer. Like, it's probably not the most prettiest of flights and mission profiles, but I'm doing it. It seems to be working fine. The physics work the same. I mean, physics don't really change. I mean, that's kind of a constant. That's why we make laws of physics. But anyway, here we are coming in for that landing. We get to see those aerodynamic effects. Now, that's pretty neat. That's, it's kind of actually has like a plasma ball surrounding the capsule as you re-enter, and, you get shockwaves, which is pretty normal. The one thing about this game that's kind of weird is, if you deploy your parachute up too high and you're like, God, this is going to take forever to slow down, if you just click on the parachute, it just, sucks back in, and you can keep falling, and then you can just redeploy the parachute if you want to. Kind of unrealistic, but it's kind of handy if you're at 10,000 meters up and you're just floating at 1 meter per second downwards. That's kind of annoying, So it's kind of cool just to like suck that parachute back in and then fall back to the ground. But anyway, so we landed back on whatever the hell this planet is called, like Ulo or something. I'm not sure. But that's it. That we did it. I landed on the moon for the very first time in this game, and that'll be it for today. So if you liked the video, please drop a comment. Tell me what you think of this game. Is it better than KSP? I don't think so, but you tell me. Also, please like and subscribe. That really helps me out, guys, and I want to get to 100 subscribers. So do everything you can. Like, share, and subscribe, please. So that'll be it. Have a good one. Bye.